Okay, it's day 47, part one. Here's the lawsuit, the amended complaint that went in yesterday that I filed. Obviously, I had to add Peter Strozik. Kirsten Nielsen at DHS is not confirmed yet, so Elaine Duke is still on the lawsuit. Lisa Page is obviously added because now we're seeing how this surveillance was actually done. We're seeing that these deep dives are being done illegally. The information is being accumulated, and now then it is being leaked through Peter Strozik and Lisa Page, potentially through Fusion GPS. There's a strong connection there, as we know, over the last 6 or 7 years. So John Roth, we had to add him because he's the Inspector General who was in charge when the Wan brothers hacked into the DHS system. So we're basically looking at a system whereby government data is used for reprisals against journalists. Okay, so that's what this is. That's what that case is. And I thank the D.C. court for updating that. Of course, to follow up on this NSA hack, this guy Foe was Foe's Runny Soup, did plead guilty to being involved in the hack. So that's good. Foe is saying he is involved in a Russian hack. Who's covering this? Who's covering this in Washington, D.C.? A person arrested yesterday saying that they were involved in a Russian hack. Where is the media talking about the NSA guy pleading guilty to a Russian hack? You would think it never happened. Matt Gaetz today, Representative Gaetz, is going to be holding a press conference about the special treatment of the FBI of Hillary Clinton. You know most of the names: Jim DeSantis, of course, from Florida. Everybody. Fusion GPS is kind of the fusion center for all this operation, I believe, upon information and belief. You've got MWW, that's not Mossad Worldwide, that's Monster Worldwide, but you've got them just really a nice little stroll down the street. You've got the Russian ambassador's entrance where you can have parties to influence Russian oligarchs right over here. Then, of course, you got George Washington University right over here. So you've got and you got the Farragut West metro stop. So it's all very convenient to what street? K Street, okay? Department of Homeland Security is also on K Street. But the interesting connection now to Fusion GPS is maybe this Fusion GPS is a worldwide operation as far as collecting dossiers on people. Maybe that Cyprus, where a lot of the Fusion GPS connections, remember Peter Katsev, the person whose lawyer is Veselnitskaya, yeah, he's based in Cyprus. I believe it's Prevazon Holdings is the kind of company. Now, that's a company that was cited by Preet Bharara even for money laundering. Okay, now sometimes this Gubarov, Gooby Gooby Goo is what I call him, and people wonder who is this Gooby Gooby Goo again? Well, Gooby Gooby Goo sued BuzzFeed for the PP dossier. Now you'd say, wait a minute, you're saying that Gooby Gooby Goo, this Gubarov, he is suing a BuzzFeed for the Trump dossier? Gooby Gooby Goo here owns, this is him, servers.com, and he was accused of hacking. All right? If you don't know in America what servers.com is, and you don't know that your servers are being hosted all over Eastern Europe or in Cyprus or wherever, I think most of these centers are in places like, Tallinn and, different places all over Eastern Europe. But we'll find out where actually the servers.com servers are. It could be that they're all just in Cyprus, and they use edge networks. So we don't know. But he's also the guy with Prisma. Now, what you could be doing is, if you had connections with the FBI, what you could do is you could offshore data from the United States through the United Kingdom through what's called a Five Eyes agreement. This is a defense DIA, Defense Intelligence Agency agreement, that you share data between the U.S. and the United Kingdom. Now, if you had the right friends at G4S, with a private company, they could get this data down here to Cyprus. Now on Cyprus. Cyprus is not a part of NATO. Cyprus is not a part of the plan, Partners for Peace. There's no oversight, no overrule about Cyprus, and yet it is right in the center of the action. Now, if you're George Soros, let's say, you could invest in data centers in Cyprus and be pretty much untouchable. Then you could start hiring all different kinds of hacking teams and so forth in here. They could come to Cyprus and do their deep dives, then go back to their native countries and then come up with their parallel constructions. If you believe that the original Guccifer was, out gardening and he had a little laptop in here and then he hacked into Sony all the way over here just by guessing passwords, somebody's password was Lakers, well, then, you can believe that fairy tale if you want to. But I would say that that Guccifer would have flown down here to Cyprus, done a deep dive, know what he's looking for, know what passwords to get, then fly back to Romania, let's say, I believe he was Romanian, fly back to Romania and then dial in with that laptop. That's how I would do it. I'm not saying that's what's happened, but I'm just saying that this could be your hacking center, your listening post for all of the Middle East and Africa. This would be a way to fuse all the information from all GPS points all over the world. You could even call the company Fusion GPS if you were very creative.